Hey, 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 inspirational guidance, Tarot here to do a story. Is this your story? Is this your story? That's it. Is this your story? Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's all I got. I'm not going to put no title. It's just, is this your story? Thank you for tuning in. So let's see. 5 cards each row. I'm sorry about that. It'll be 4 rows. And then I'm going to tell the story. And it would be 1 more row. Thank you for your patience. Ah, wow. Wow. Bottom of the deck is the Musician. Top row, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Justice, 9 of Wands. All right. See what's going on here. Story. Somebody had a new beginning, a brand new beginning. Either it's career, either it's a promotion. It's a solid beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Somebody here had a brand new beginning. All right. Whether it's a new home, whatever it is, somebody was putting the work in. They was definitely putting the work in. However, putting the work in, somebody here is sad. Somebody was left out in the cold with the 5 of Cups. Somebody here is now looking at everything that was spilt out because justice was served. Justice was served because somebody here was feeling rather defensive. Somebody here, justice could have been served because somebody here was moving forward. Okay? Moving forward with other activities because the Ace of Wands is in his hand. However, he's burdened, challenged, battered, bruised. It's a lot of challenges that have taken place. And again, it left somebody out in the cold. While leaving somebody out in the cold, somebody here was feeling like, hey, I'm going to come back and I'm going to communicate to you. I'm going to communicate that I want to invest in this. I'm going to communicate that I put just as much in as you did. However, somebody here is in some type of devilish energies. It could be addictions or whatever is happening here. And somebody here went to communicate that, listen, I can't do this anymore because it needs to come to an end. All right. It needs to come to an end and I need to go ahead and move on. Somebody here was taking their time to move on. However, taking their time to move on from a relationship, taking their time to move on from a particular person. All right. And charge forward like they're supposed to be charging forward towards new love. All right. And that ended up either being a burden or will end up being a burden. And somebody here is sitting here and contemplating what has happened, what has changed, and want to come in and apologize. Okay. To someone who's still standing on their throne, someone who's still stable, and they want to take this risk. So when I add all this up to the story, bring it into the story, somebody here had some type of relationship or somebody here had a solid offer that they were actually working on. They were sad because there were 3 cups that spilled out, which means that would have been the celebrations, that would have been the love, that would have been the marriage, the wedding, the kids, the dog, they missed an opportunity, kind of speak. Okay. They had it and missed it. Okay. And somebody here could have been missed it because even though they had the opportunity, they were focused on working hard, keeping their head down, but still focusing on what cups were spilt over already. Okay, because justice have already been served or will be served. Okay, if this is your story, and somebody here is looking at this 9 of Wands of everything that they've been through, everything that they lost, everything that all the time they put in, 9 years, 9 weeks, 9 days, 9 months, take it how it resonates. Somebody here is looking at all of that, and now they're just left out in the cold. And somebody's like, look, I just want to communicate how to get this back. I want to communicate about the investment. However, with this 7 of Pentacles is 1 pentacle that's sitting on the ground. So it's like saying somebody here just wants to start over. Or somebody's looking at all the other 6 pentacles, which was the balance that they had. And now they got to move on with the 1 pentacle that they got. Okay, because somebody here could have been in the devilish energy, could have been dealing with a Libra, could have been dealing with a Capricorn, but somebody here was in some type of addiction. Somebody here could have had an addiction. Somebody here could have had another person, could have been tied to another person, however it goes. And somebody was communicating childishly what it is that they wanted and how it is that they wanted to move forward. And somebody here could have been dealing with a Scorpio. Somebody here said, listen, they were either going through a transformation or it was like either you're going to transform and we move in this direction of having this Ace of Cups, or this is going to have to come to an end. Okay. And somebody here didn't take that as being something that had to be done immediately, because they took their slow time trying to still be in a connection. Could have been dealing with the Gemini, still be in a connection with someone that was rather healthy. Because if you look at this one, somebody here was in the devil energy, connected to things that were toxic, or a person. However, and this one is the one that they're moving slow towards to be in. Okay. So again, somebody here needed to take the reins. Somebody here needed to charge forward. Could have been dealing with a Cancer. Somebody here needed to charge forward. Somebody wanted to charge forward, did charge forward, or is needing to charge forward when it comes down to a new cup of love. Now, this is a solid offer. This is somebody who wants to come in. This is something very emotional to make somebody feel good. And they're just like, look, I'm going after this. However, this is a burden. Okay, somebody's going after it, but they're burdened by what it is that they're going after, what it is that they went after, what it is that they're in. Okay, because somebody here is sitting here contemplating about this same very cup of love now. Okay, remember it was 5 cups, 3 was spilt over, so 3 was standing at one time, and they're imagining it still standing. However, they're not filled. But this one right here is still here, and somebody has this opportunity, but somebody's not going after it, okay? And why I say that is because somebody's just contemplating it, meanwhile wanting to apologize. Because, see, this person is sitting here in their head. So if you're in your head, anything moving forward is going to be an illusion to me. It's going to be like, wow, I could have had this cup. I could have went and apologized. I could have got things in order. I could have been very stable. Look, I could have been like this. I could have had it all if I just would have took the risk. Because when I look at the cards down here on the table, this is what they look like. The Fool is looking at this, okay, like this. The Cup, if I just would have offered, okay. But somebody here sat here and contemplated that offer. Okay, somebody contemplated it. They were in their head imagining it while it was sitting right there. Like, damn, if I just take this cup over here, or if I would have took this cup over here, I could have been like this. This is what could have happened. I should have took the risk. I could have took the risk. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, when it comes down to this risk somebody could have took, somebody manifested becoming single. And it's a whole bunch of conflict. Because this risk that somebody could have took would have had somebody sitting luxuriously, beautifully, stable. Let's just say stable. Would have been very stable. Money, chains and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, the garments and stuff and on top of the world, if they just would have took the risk. But since somebody didn't take the risk, what they manifested out of it, moving forward, is a single life where there's conflict. Now, when it comes down to relationships, 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands. When it comes down to loving connections, it's nothing but conflict. It's all conflict when it comes down to it now. Because somebody had some loving energy but juggled it, okay? Somebody had loving energy, but somebody juggled it, all right? And now somebody here is sitting in contemplation. They're sitting here like, damn, I should have changed my perspective. They're sitting here with the blood rushing through their head like, oh, man, I was enlightened. However, I didn't make the move. Now somebody needs the strength to balance out their money, to balance out connections, okay? Because the option that they made, that they were intuitively guided, they strategized it in secret, in hopes that they'll get what they want. Because the Knight of Wands is flighty. The Knight of Wands go charging forward. The Knight of Wands is fast. Okay, very creative still, yes. But this is more about the wand. This is more about passion, desire, very quickly. This is what somebody charged forward towards. And communicated what was communicated. Because when I look at this, they charge forward to communicate real quick. The Tower. And they could have communicated this to a loving person. Because somebody here was being sneaky and conniving while somebody here was on a break. While somebody's back was turned. Somebody here was taking a rest. Sleeping. Sleeping on the Empress. Somebody was sleeping on the Empress. Somebody could have been separated from a particular person that they really loved. That they really cared about. that was already in this. It could be an emperor. Take it. It's no gender in Terrell. That was already in this energy. Somebody was sleeping on them. Or they put a separation between that person, which could have been this cup of love, or it could have been this Ace of Pentacles. However it goes, somebody had the opportunity here. Now somebody is trapped in their head, blindfolded, like, oh, I don't want to see. I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about the conflict. I don't want to think about the empty victory. I don't want to think about what I did when it came down to being successful. When it came down to the Wheel of Fortune, because all I had to do was bring the offer. Be patient with things that were in my world. However, be patient. Starting a new cycle. But somebody was in their head like, man, there's a burden sitting here, man. What? Contemplate this offer, man. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I should take that. I don't know if I should take that, man. I just don't know. Like, somebody's heartbroken. Because now they're not looking back. They are looking forward, of course, with hopes of an opportunity. Hopes of this Ace of Wands, because they holding one wand. The path is there. They walk through the path with the one wand. They're trying to plan the next steps. They're trying to look for their ships to come in elsewhere. However, what's been coming is nothing but crumbs. What's been coming is nothing as solid as the Ace of Pentacles. It's just a little pentacle. It's just enough to get by. And somebody's devastated. They're devastated. They're devastated because they could not see. They're devastated because when it comes to this Hermit, they could not see. They couldn't see. The head on this one, the head is down. Okay? But he looks like he's at the edge. So it's like with that little light, he couldn't see. But see, the whole idea was to take the risk anyway, because even this person's head is up to the heavens. Like, listen, I'm going to get across here. I'm going to have a good landing. It's going to be safe. It's going to be good for me, but I'm going to take this risk. But see, this is what somebody had in their head to do, but they didn't. So now this Hermit, and yes, the Hermit is about introspection, going within. But in this depiction of the card, if you really look, it looks like he's right at the edge. And the light, he's looking down and holding the light, but he can't really see all the way down there because it's already dark. So he only can light what's in his area that, that he can see. Well, however this light is beaming, it can't go far unless he drop it down. And then if he drop it down, if you don't got a rope to bring it up, you still can't see. You can't see what's down there. So it's at a dead stop. Because somebody communicated that is a wrap. Judgment. Somebody communicated. Somebody cut the cord. Judgment was made. And somebody here is having stress and anxiety about the position they could have been in, about what could have happened, about the birthing of something new, about someone, about something creative that was beautiful. And the truth is that this person right here, who could have been standing in their power, very strong, took the lead, chose a path, walked away, was very selfish, possibly to a past person, and collaborated, already knowing, or having the wisdom that they would be stable in another connection, being very victorious, getting married, falling into the sunset, but then being very defensive, having to hold back because there was a decision that somebody made. Or should I say now, could be a decision that somebody has to make. Take it how it resonates. On being successful, starting anew. This is the Page of Wands. Okay? This is making a decision on if it's going to be successful. Because, I don't know, it's a page. Selling away with 6 swords in the boat. And the 1 wand. Is that a baby too? And a child. Making a decision on how now to be successful, or where the creativity lies, or where is my next opportunity, so I can really just go to calmer waters with my family now. So it's like saying somebody here got stuck in a situation. It's like stuck in a situation where it's a lot of addictions, there's been a lot of turmoil, there's been a lot going on. People been left, it's been other people. If it hasn't been other people and it's just a family, it's just been a whole bunch of fucking turmoil. And somebody here is just like, damn, they had so many opportunities to get it right. This is the story I'm getting. Somebody here has so many opportunities to get it right with that particular person because they were still in contact with that person. That person still loved them. They still were in contact with this person. They still was going through it with this person, whether addictions or not. And somebody put some time in here, okay, and really, really loved this person, but was just like the person that was doing a lot of the madness is the one who walked away, leaving the one that was strong enough, that helped and assist and had unconditional love for them. They ended up leaving them to go to someone else. And the conflict is from people, it's from families, it's interference. Transformation was there on numerous occasions to transform, to change. And nobody did. Or should I say this person? Someone wanted more than the other person instead of being content with what you have. So the moral of the story here is, if you're in a relationship with someone and you've been in it for a long time, you're not just it's in my opinion, to feel obligated like you're entitled to someone else. I feel obligated. I've been in this for 20 years. I'm obligated to go get me a piece of ass or a piece of rod. No, you're not. You're still not. You weren't 10 years before the 20. You weren't 5 years before the 10. So why would you think 20 in, it's okay? It's not okay. It's not. Unless you both agree you're going to be in something polyamorous. Unless you both agree that that's what it's going to be. No, you're not. You're going to hurt that person that you've been with all that long time, and in turn hurt yourself. So no, it's not good. And you have a lot of that's going on. But is it really hard to have a conversation and say this is something that you want? Because you didn't think to have that conversation before you got with your person 20 years ago? That 20 years later, it's, how do I ask that I want another person? How do I say to him that I just want something different? You don't say it because you know that it might hurt that person. So could you imagine if you just do it and they just find out? And how do you know your person might not be thinking the same thing? And if you had that much time in, you should be able to communicate with your person, whether they approve or disapprove. And you figure it out from there. Messages for the story. Going along with these messages from the story was about releasing the blocks and opening it up to change. And for me, release the blocks is more like within self. What is holding you back from feeling that you can't communicate with your person? Or what's holding you back to make a conscious decision of what's best for you? Because there's a whole lot of turmoil with other people and whether it's family, friends, whatever it is, intertwined in that story. That also might have gave way to someone thinking more along the lines that this might not be best for me. So if you got people in your life that's coming up and they're telling you what's best for you, sit with yourself with that before just jumping to make a decision. Because you'll be jumping around and you'll be hurting someone, but however, in turn, you still hurt yourself because aren't you connected to that person? It says open up to change. A lot of things are going to change. Some people are complacent in situations where opening up to change is really like, it's scary. Now, if you choose to say the same, that's on you. Right here. Just say it. Opening up to change on a lot of levels, meaning there are going to be, you're going to journey down a journey, people can't go with you. And just like if you've been in a connection for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? You're that open up to change is views change, feelings also change. Love gonna stay the same. Love is gonna be love. But the person and how they feel and how they've been in this for this long time and how things might fell by the wayside over here or fell by the wayside over here. You might want to bring some spunk back in. You have to sit down and communicate, in my opinion, to sit down and communicate these things to your person. Some people get numb to certain things and still feel that that's okay. And in turn, when you get numb to that with your person, you take it out in other areas and on other people in your life. Because you're not communicating that to your person. Something to think about. Food for thought. Let's get some motivation on this. For the story. We must ask if our desires to feel safe and accepted are in fact enslaving us to popular opinion and to boredom. We must ask if our desires to feel safe and accepted are in fact enslaving us to popular opinion and to boredom. Is it? Because that's what would be needed here. That's the question. Are we worried about other people and what they think? Are we doing things out of the fact that we don't have it? So, I'll just go do something that'll make me feel like something. Are we really making that conscious decision to do that? Or is it other factors around internally and externally that is causing you to just do whatever and not care about the next person? That's all I have for you here. If this is your story, take care. Bye.